With school getting ready to start up again, I figured it's a good time to make a video about all the things I wish I would have known while I was in school. And as we all know, class is really boring, so I'm gonna do my best to keep this video short and sweet. And even if you're done with school and you're out in the workplace or building your business or investing in real estate, this video will still apply to you. I'm gonna be giving you 5 tips that I think can make a huge difference in your life, no matter where you're at. So let's jump into it. Tip number 1 is something that I've realized over the years, and I wish I would have been more aware of it when I was in school. Back when I was in school, I thought I knew everything. I figured I was smarter than the teachers because if they were more successful, they wouldn't be teaching. And I don't mean that to be rude, but I was a dumb 18-year-old and that's what I thought. And after watching my wife teach 8th graders for 3 years, I just sit back thinking like, man, I was really dumb to think that. And also, if you didn't know, I was actually a substitute teacher before I got into real estate investing. So I saw a lot of things that reinforce this belief. So if you're in school, make sure you're being humble. You can learn something from anybody, including your teachers. If you feel like you've got it all figured out or you feel like you're smarter than other people, you've got to really check your pride. And that's something that I've had to do over the years, is constantly humble myself. And something that even helps me today is when I look back at what I knew a year ago compared to what I know today. And even just thinking back to me 1 year ago, I think, man, I was really dumb a year ago. I've learned so much since then, not only in my businesses, but about social media and about being a dad and just everything in life. So if I can learn that much in just a year, what are the things I don't even know today? So just thinking about that keeps me humble even outside of school because I'm always trying to learn and improve. So that's tip number 1 for all of you in school and probably all of you in YouTube, that you're dumber than you think today. And probably when I watch this video a year from now, I'm gonna sit there and say, what was I thinking with that blue hair? Why did I even think that was a good idea? Anyways, let's talk about tip number 2, which is don't worry about what other people think. Now, when you're in school, especially as a teenager or even a college kid, it's really easy to think that everybody is judging you. They all care what you're doing. They're gonna notice if you've got a pimple or if you got a hair out of place or whatever the case is. But the reality is, we care about our self-image way more than anybody else does. Half the things we worry about, other people would have no idea. They're very minor. And also, when you think about it, what does it even matter if I have a pimple or I look a certain way? It's just not really a big deal, but as teenagers and young adults, we think it is the end of the world. And even as I've gotten older and I got more active on social media, it became harder to ignore what people think. All you have to do is look no further than the comment section. In the comments, I'll get a lot of people who like the content, who are good fans, and who really support what I'm doing. But there's also the dark side of it with the people who are haters, and no matter what you do, you cannot please them. And that's the unfortunate truth about the world, is that you cannot please everybody. If you become successful and you become known, people are not gonna like you. If you think about what it takes to become being the president, by statistics, 50% of people are not gonna like you.
They took our job!
And so the sooner you can stop worrying about what everyone says about you or what they think, the sooner that you're gonna have more peace and you're gonna be able to go take action and do what you need to do to make yourself happy. And I know it's really difficult to do this when you're in school, especially when you're just developing yourself and your maturity and your confidence is something that you may or may not have built up yet, but just do your best not to worry what anyone else thinks. But anyways, let's jump into tip number 3, which is network like crazy. When I was in school, I never did this. I kind of just wanted to stay in my comfort zone, be around people that I knew. I wasn't putting myself out there trying to join clubs or anything like that. That's the wrong approach. I should have been trying to join clubs that had other kids that wanted to be successful. It would have been cool to join an entrepreneur club or maybe a business club. In college, the options open up even more because you're in class with people who want to have the same exact career as you. When I was in college, all I was trying to do was play baseball. And even though I was in these economics classes with some really intelligent and bright people, I never wanted to be friends with them outside of class. because I was just so single-minded on playing baseball. And I wish I would have taken advantage of being around those people and networking with them and growing relationships with them. And look, I'm not a big advocate of going to college and getting a degree for most people. And this is coming from a guy who has an economics degree. I think the value of a degree is becoming more diluted every single year with all of the different opportunities that the world has, and the fact that employers aren't caring as much if you have one or not. But I do think college is good for networking. If you're able to get into a Harvard or Yale, those type of people that you're networking with are gonna be invaluable. Imagine if you're at Harvard in class with Mark Zuckerberg or even the Winklevoss twins. The caliber of person that's able to get into an elite school like that is probably gonna be pretty successful after school. And so I definitely believe you should network like crazy and meet as many go-getters and people who are hungry for success as you can while you're in school. And once again, this applies even outside of school. You should be trying to join clubs and meetups and masterminds and groups where people are doing what you're doing. That way you can get around them and learn from them, do deals with them, and get new ideas. It's the reason I join so many masterminds and groups and mentorships, because I know the value of networking. Now let's go into tip number 4, which is do not compare yourself to others. Look, everyone is on their own journey. We all have a different path. We all have different speeds at which we're moving. So don't be mad because you're not where you want to be today, but someone else is. It's harder than ever not to compare yourself to other people because of social media. And even before social media got big, I was extremely guilty of this when I was playing baseball. Back in high school, I would always compare myself to the top players in the city. If they had a good game, I wanted to have an even better game. If they got published in the paper or a magazine, I wanted to one-up them and be even better. If someone got drafted that year, I wanted to be drafted even higher. The point is, it wasn't healthy. They're living their own lives, they've got their own dreams. I should be completely happy with what I'm doing. And if I get caught up in what all these other people are doing, it's gonna just distract me from what I'm doing, and it's probably gonna make me even worse. So whatever it is for you, don't compare yourself to other people. Just focus on what you're doing in your journey. Even as I look at my life today, I've accomplished a lot of stuff, but it's taken me a while. I think back to all those years I was playing baseball and not making very much money in the minor leagues. You've got people right here in Las Vegas that I know and played with, like Chris Bryant and Bryce Harper, who became MVPs. And I'm super happy for those guys. But at the same time, when I was playing, it's like, man, these guys are way better than me. These guys are killing it. It doesn't make me feel too good about myself as a baseball player. So just learn that it's okay for people to be ahead of you and to be better than you. That's a lesson I've had to learn over time. But I'll tell you, even now, I'm more excited than ever with what I'm doing. It just took a long time to get here. I didn't know 5 years ago I'd be on social media talking about this stuff, or that we'd be building these businesses and having the success we've had. My journey hasn't played out the way that I thought it would play out. And my guess is yours probably won't either. So learn to be happy with where you're at, even if it's not where you want to be. And don't worry about what other people are doing. And with that being said, it kind of rolls into my last tip for number 5, and that is to enjoy the moment. When you're in school, it's easy to think about where you're gonna go to college and you wanna get the best SAT score, or you're trying to get a scholarship here. Or even when you get to college, it's easy to think about where you're gonna have an internship or what kind of job you're gonna be doing, what your career is. But take a step back and learn to just enjoy what you're going through. For me, I enjoyed the college experience. I enjoyed high school. I made a lot of great friends. I had a lot of great experiences, and it's only because I enjoyed the moment. If you're just always worrying about the future, you're never gonna be happy in the present. So enjoy the moment no matter where you're at in life, because it's never gonna happen again. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment below about which tip you need to work on. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.